A niece found me through DNA test. What would you do? Open arms no matter what. If your brother wants to be an ass, let him. Not this girl's fault she was born the way she was. Be the better man.
First, I'm having a real conversation with him. I'm telling him everything you told us in addition to the fact that I wouldn't be able to ignore her. Then I'd explain to her what he says in terms of meeting him, then welcome her into your part of the family. Family is family. All of this is assuming you've quadruple-checked the validity of her claim.
Assuming it's not a scam, I'd meet with them. I tell them that I'm thrilled to meet them and be their uncle regardless, but their conversation with their father, my brother, will likely be a tense one, and that I don't want to make either person uncomfortable by being in the middle of it.
I'd need a real answer from your brother. She asked you for help, you went to him and he said to let it come up naturally. This is it coming up naturally. So either he's happy to meet her or not. When you have that answer you can relay it to her, and then you can go on with whatever you want to do about it. Do you want to meet her? You can draw a line at having her meet the rest of the family, that's really your brother's business, but she's already made contact with you, so that's fair game.
I think a lot of the advice you see in these type of threads is not your business, stay out. But I personally think anything you're willing to stay silent about you're condoning. And you certainly don't sound like you condone this. The other issue is you don't necessarily know this person is genuine, although your brother's reaction leads you to believe it is highly possible. And he's right to let it occur naturally. So do the best of both and be honest with everyone. Tell this niece that you've spoken to him and he's asked you not to be involved, which you will respect, but that he's happy for it to occur. He's told you.
Ugh, this is so tough. I was put in a similar situation right before the pandemic. When a first cousin that no one knew existed contacted me because we matched on Ancestry. Based on some other common matches. I knew that her biological parent was my uncle, who, unfortunately, was in end-stage kidney disease and had dementia. This situation is different because I wasn't able to tell him he wasn't of sound mind. And I didn't feel like I could drop it like an anvil on any of his other children while they were caring for him during his last months. So, I ended up giving her an overview of the family, no names. But enough information so she had an idea of where she came from and what our background is. She was super happy with that, and that is where the contact ended. Until this year, she reached out again, wondering if I would be willing to facilitate an introduction between her and her half-siblings. I ended up doing just that, contacting my oldest cousin, giving her the news, apologizing for not telling her earlier. She wasn't upset at all. Thank goodness. I think I would have been if she had known I had a sibling floating around that I was unaware of, but she is very forgiving. I'm not sure if they've made contact yet, but I'm glad that I could at least give them all the option if they want to try to get to know each other. Those DNA kits are ticking time bombs. Lol. You could ask her what she wants to do. Meeting her grandparents is her and their choice, not your brother. Step 1 would be ask her if that's something she would actually want. Step 2 would be letting your brother know that she wanted to do that and contact info had been given. That gives him a chance to be the one to tell your parents. If he still says no, or to stay out of it, then he doesn't need to be a part of the relationship between your parents and niece. Your brother doesn't control you or your niece. Welcome her into the family and introduce her to everyone in the family that you can. Edit to add that he also has no right to reject her on behalf of the family and or hide her from the family. He can't make everyone else's choice in the family for them. Do what you feel is right with your niece. I am a bastard in the woodpile like her. My real father's family knows I am out here and have not contacted me other than my half-sister messaging me once on Ancestry asking why we matched. I told her, and I haven't heard back from her or any other since. My real dad died over 10 years before I ever found out who he was. My man, there is a ton of information missing here. The first one is how you even know what your niece is saying is true. Hackers use data for scams like this all the time. And this could be a guy in Kenya using pictures of a girl to try to get money, or it could be a woman your brother slept with 18 years ago running an extortion attempt. I am extremely skeptical that a person would reach out to an uncle first. Assuming this is an actual woman in your city, you also omit what she actually wants. She's 18. She has at least one person who raised her, and in all material respects, that is her parent. If for some reason you want to get into the middle of a possible scam, your first goal is to figure out what she wants and why. Buy all 4 nieces and nephews' ancestry kits, sit back, and watch it unfold. As an adoptee, I would be absolutely gutted and heartbroken if you turned me away. I'm assuming you have done a DNA test via Ancestry and can confirm the relationship yourself? If not, I would do a DNA result to confirm, and then I would print out all the evidence and go have a conversation with your parents. End of the day, your brother is being selfish and thinking only of himself. The girl deserves better from him. Let her ask you any questions she might have, and tell her you're open to an eventual relationship, if you actually are. But don't be the middleman for their meeting. That part should be up to them to figure out. I found 7 half-siblings after I took an Ancestry DNA test. I contacted the one I matched with. My mother was known to the family, she said. They had a family meeting and I was welcomed and invited to Thanksgiving. I'm so glad to have met my siblings. Biodad passed away 40 years ago. Smiling face with tear. As someone who is desperate to find my dad or any family from his side and build a connection, I feel like I can offer a unique and biased view. Let her know about her siblings. Let her know about her dad's side of the family, aka your side. If the dad is comfortable, give her his number. Don't say anything to the siblings about her, but grandparents, other aunts, uncles are okay. Otherwise, focus on building your relationship with her. You're not going to be able to control others' reactions, and not everyone will be happy about a long-lost relative showing up. Some people need more time and space to process and open their arms to an unknown relative, and others may never be ready. But you can accept her. Tell her about her dad's side and so on. I'm sure that would mean a lot to her. Tell her you do not want to be an intermediary or ally, but you are open to exploring talking to her. Or not. Whatever you want. If this happened 18 months ago, what is the current state of the situation? What exactly is letting it happen naturally? She just shows up at his work or house. Isn't you helping keep things smooth better for him, her and everyone? Or is he just hoping she goes away?
Scan?
She's family to you too. Not just him. And he doesn't get to dictate her life. So if she wants a relationship of any kind with you, that's totally your choice, and he doesn't have to like it. You don't have to be the facilitator of her getting in touch with him though. She's an adult presumably and is able to do that on her own. Just give her a heads up about what kind of situation she'll be walking into.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.